Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Electro Study. This is lecture series 7 under the playlist Computer Networks dealing with data link layer. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Come, let's go into the video. This is the OSI model. It has 7 layers from physical layer to the application layer. So the second layer is data link layer. In this video, I am going to explain the characteristics of data link layer and what protocols does it follow to perform the action so that the bits from physical layer is reaching the application layer to provide the user interface. So the data link layer, as we have seen in the OSI model, it is the second layer from the bottom and the fourth layer from the top. It has an important characteristic that it follows n number of protocols. For each and every frames or data layers that we are performing, it chooses different protocols to be followed to make sure that the data is reaching the application layer. And this data layer has a main responsibility to transfer all the frames across each individual link. So it is understood that each link and nodes are created in this data link layer. This layer itself will produce its own link and nodes to perform the action, such that data from one end it is transferred to the other end. And it also performs some services like error detection, error control, congestion control, flow control, all these. And this has two sublayers. One is logical link control and the second one is media access control. So what logical link control does? It deals with multiplexing of data. How many data are formed in the data link layer and how the data link layer multiplexes all the data and sends only one data to the application layer. And the flow of the data, how it is managing the flow of the data between different application. So this logic link control is responsible for checking the error in the messages. If there is an error, it will acknowledge back with a negative acknowledgement telling that there is an error occurred in the message to the sender or the receiver. This media access control, what it does is, it manages the interaction between one end of the host to the other end of the host. And also, once it also manages that it forms an address shared secretly to the host and the client side. And it also controls all the media access, like let it be audio, video, whatever it is, it controls physically. Next is, these are all the services provided by the data link layer: framing and links access, reliable delivery, flow control, error correction, half duplex and full duplex. So how datas are framed and linked with address, how the delivery is performed, whether it is accurately done or not, whether it is reliable or not. And it will check the control, flow control, that is how the bits are transferred, whether the flow is exact or not, or is there any congestion in the transmission, is there any error in the message that is passed. If there is any error, it is detected and corrected. And it explains about how half duplex and full duplex transmission is taking place. So to see in detail, see framing. What is framing? So data link layers, it passes the bits from physical link layer where frames are formed in data link layer and the frames are converted to datagrams in the network layer. So in each physical layer, the data transmission is involving some synchronized form of transmission. So this data link layer takes the pockets from the network layer, it encapsulates together into small messages called as the frames. And these frames will have an header, flag and payload connected to it. Why do we have all these? Is frame header is, it contains the source and destination address, where it is traveling from where to where. So frame header will be containing the address of the source and destination. This payload field, it will contain the message that has to be delivered to the destination. And the trailer that is being formed is, it will contain the error detection and correction buses available. That is, here only the protocol is fixed to check the error and correct the error. Finally, the flag at the header side and the trailer side is nothing but it marks the beginning and end of the frame. So when there is n number of frames, we do not, user does not know what is the start and the end. So the flag represents the start and the end of the frame. So this is how, this is the sending machine which is having header, payload and trailer. So this is one frame that is transmitted to the receiving end completely with this header, payload and trailer. Next is reliable delivery. So reliable delivery is, this data link layer provides a reliable delivery services. So how? That is, it transmits the network layer datagram. So the datagrams are formed in the network layer, that is transmitted to the data link layer without any error. A reliable delivery services, some protocol has to be followed to accomplish that, right? So it accomplishes by acknowledging the delivery. So this data link layer, it provides mainly what it provides, it provides mainly the reliable delivery services over the link, as they have high error rates and they can be corrected locally through this link layer. So flow control. Flow control is, a receiving node can receive the frames at a very fast rate rather than it is receiving from some other mode. So this, when this control is available, it is received at the fastest rate. So during the fast transmission of data, there will be some error that is occurring. So to overcome that lost frames or some error, what it does is, it uses this flow control to prevent the sending node on one side of the link from overwhelming the receiving node on the another side of the link. Error detection and correction. So error detection, how error is happening? If there is an attenuation, if there is any noise in the frames or messages, error occurs. So it detects with, if there is one or more error, it detects and give an error check to that particular frame. Their error check is done, and once the error correction is done, error detection and correction is obviously similar. How it is similar is, in error correction, what happens is, except the receiving node only detects the errors, but also determines where the errors have occurred in the frame. Detection is only after the error occurs, it will be detected. Before only it corrects in the error correction. Half duplex, full duplex, obviously you know. Half duplex is nothing but only one node can transmit a data at one time. Full duplexes, both the nodes can transmit data at the same time simultaneously. So hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more information. Thank you.